A voice you recognize calls your name from the dark tree line. But the person it belongs to died there last winter. In the forests of Korea, there is a story that the dead do not rest. They become servants to the very thing that killed them. This is the legend of the Changwi.
According to the records of the Joseon dynasty, the Changwi is a ghost bound to a tiger. The tiger, in Korean folklore, is not just an animal. It is a spiritual being, a mountain god, a force of nature. When a tiger kills a person, that person's soul does not ascend. It is captured, and the tiger makes it a servant.
Imagine walking home at dusk. The forest is thick, and the shadows are long. You hear your name whispered. It sounds like your friend, your brother, your mother. But they are gone. The Changwi uses their voice to lure you deeper into the woods, where the tiger waits.
The Changwi is not a monster in the usual sense. It is a victim, a soul in torment. It does not choose to betray its own kind. It is compelled. The tiger's will overrides its own, and it is forced to repeat the cycle of violence, leading the living to their deaths.
But there is a deeper tragedy. The Changwi remembers its human life. It remembers the love it felt, the bonds it had. In some accounts, the Changwi appears as a beautiful woman or a familiar figure, and it weeps as it calls out. It is a prisoner of its own memory, and its greatest sorrow is that it must betray the ones it loves.
The annals tell of a village where a hunter swore revenge on a tiger that had taken his brother. He tracked the beast for days. One night, he heard his brother's voice calling from a cave. He rushed in, ready to face the tiger, but found only a shadow. The voice was a Changwi, a ghost of his brother, and it led him to a dead end. The hunter barely escaped with his life, but he understood the tiger does not just kill the body. It kills the soul, and it uses that soul to kill others.
The Changwi is a story about trauma made contagious. The victim becomes the hand that hurts the next one. It is a cycle of pain that is passed down, a wound that is inflicted on others because it was inflicted on you. And the most terrifying part is that the Changwi is not evil. It is broken.
In some interpretations, the Changwi is a warning about the dangers of grief and revenge. When we lose someone to violence, we may become consumed by it. We may lash out, hurt others, perpetuate the cycle. The Changwi is a mirror showing us what we could become if we let our pain define us.
But there is also a note of hope. In a few tales, the Changwi is freed. When the tiger is killed, the ghost is released, and it can finally ascend. Or, in some versions, an act of compassion, a prayer, or a ritual can break the bond. The soul is not lost forever. It can be saved.
The most dangerous thing in the forest is not the tiger. It is the friend it already took. The Changwi is a reminder that the dead are not gone. They linger, and they may be used against us. But they are also still human, and they deserve our pity, not our fear.
So the next time you hear your name called from the trees, think of the Changwi. Think of the soul that was once like you, now bound to a fate it did not choose. And remember that the line between victim and monster is thinner than we think.
This has been the story of the Changwi, the tiger's ghost servant. If you want to hear more about the creatures that lurk in the shadows of East Asian myth, subscribe and stay with us. There are many more stories to tell.